Alright guys, so Liverpool have just lost against Chelsea by 2-1 at Anfield today in the Premier League, just before the international break. The next game is against Crystal Palace in 2 long weeks after the international break, I think on the 23rd of November. Now, first of all, I would like to say that I voluntarily kept quiet. Obviously, my last video I think was, I don't even know if I made a video after the disastrous defeat against Newcastle United by 1-0 1 week ago at St. James Park. But I didn't make a video after the 1-0 defeat against Real Madrid. Yes, it's the third defeat in a week, by the way. Third and last defeat, what was said to be one of the biggest week of the club's season. Liverpool have lost all 3 games against Newcastle, Real Madrid and today against Chelsea. But I didn't make a video after the defeat against Real Madrid in the Champions League at the Bernabeu. And like all of you, before and during the game, and after the game also, I was very surprised by the starting lineup that Brendan Rodgers used in the game in the Champions League against Real Madrid. I thought that it showed some kind of a lack of respect towards us Liverpool fans, and especially all the Liverpool fans who have paid, I don't know, trains and airplane tickets to go there and support and give their all. And it did felt as if Brendan Rodgers especially was throwing in the towel even before the game started. I'm talking about the Champions League game during the week on Tuesday. Obviously, he was having an eye on the game today against Chelsea, and he wanted to rest his starting, no matter what he said, guys. No matter what he said. He can say whatever he wants, that he knew what he was doing. He will never ever put a team to lose. I won't go as far as saying that his intention was to lose the game, but his intention certainly wasn't to win the game, or at least give it a try. Now, obviously, Real Madrid were massive favourites, whether we put our best team or not. Odds on Liverpool getting even a draw at the Bernabeu are very slim, if not zero, especially in the current form that they are in, the European champions, Real Madrid. Obviously, also they are, that's true to say, they are crushing teams by 3, 4, 5 goals to nil. They're scoring for fun. And they have the best player in the world in Cristiano Ronaldo. But that doesn't, for 1 minute, how can I put this, justify throwing in the towel. And I think that was throwing in the towel. Now, the second surprise that came during the game, and I think it surprised even Brendan Rodgers himself, I'm still talking about the Real Madrid game, is that a few players that started that day did impress, and surprisingly impress, because I'm talking obviously of the likes of Emre Can, who obviously started today against Chelsea, deservedly had a starting place today against Chelsea, and Kolo Touré also played well, even Lucas played well. All of them actually, even Simon Mignolet played well. The whole defense, Manquillo, Touré, Skrtel and Moreno and Simon Mignolet, they did defend well. Obviously it was not good enough, but they did. I thought that was one of the best defensive performances of the whole season. But what does he do? Straight away in his post-press conference, Brendan Rodgers starts talking a lot. That's why I kept silent. I wanted to see what he would do today. And with the starting lineup that he put today, he's lost all credibility in my eyes, Brendan Rodgers. He's a very dishonest person. Obviously, he started Emre Can. That was a good thing. But why the hell start Dejan Lovren, who has been absolutely appalling today, yet again against Chelsea? Why not give a chance to Kolo Touré, who deserved his chance? Kolo Touré is not a world beater, but he had a very good performance against Real Madrid. So he deserved as much as Emre Can a starting place today, but not starting Kolo Touré today and still putting Dejan Lovren. Made me lose all my credibility. Brendan Rodgers has lost all credibility in my eyes. I'm sorry, guys. That's not fair. Now, that's one thing. Now to come back to the game today against Chelsea. When I saw the starting lineup again, once again, I don't know how I've given up. In fact, guys, I've given up. And one thing I would say, and I've tweeted it also. What I want to say. I don't know how many games, how many points for Brendan Rodgers to understand that not only Mario Balotelli, Borini, or even Ricky Lambert, all the strikers cannot play up front on their own. And yet, what does he do again today? He plays Balotelli again up front on his own. But what needs to happen for Brendan Rodgers to understand that this system doesn't work? I'm no expert, I'm not a manager or whatever, but even a non-manager, non-expert can see that this system doesn't work. So why persist with this system? Seriously, guys. So, and the statistics don't lie. Liverpool cannot score goals. They cannot and will never ever score goals. And strangely also, what I wanted to say today is that what a transformation. Seriously, obviously Luis Suarez is gone. We've lost a world-class player. But, a big but, the transformation in the mindset of the team, the tactics, and the manager, Brendan Rodgers. We do not play to score and to win now. We play not to get beaten. We play not to concede. And on top of that, the defense is not good enough, whether it's a question of the players not being intelligent enough to understand or not being coached or trained well enough. I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes on the training field, but today the first equalizer, corner, set piece, again, not defended well again. Same mistake over and over again. Now you can make mistakes in life. Nobody is perfect, I get this. But if you don't learn from your mistakes, what's the point? And I'm talking about the manager also. I do not expect anybody in life to be perfect. You can make mistakes. The most important thing is that you learn from your mistakes. But if you don't learn from your mistakes, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So let me know your thoughts today. But what I will tell you though, that when I saw the starting lineup, straight away I was saying that we won't score. And it was another deflected shot today by Emre Can. I don't even know if his shot was on target, but that's not... I thought Emre Can did well once again today. Steven Gerrard gives absolutely nothing to the team. I'm sorry, guys. Either you put him on the bench or you try him more upwards on the field. But in this position, holding midfield role, it did work a treat last season. But this season, it's not working. In fact, the team strategy is slow. Very slow. Very fearful of conceding, and the team ends up playing numerous passes between the back four, dangerous passes, and not much creativity. Although Philippe Coutinho and Raheem Sterling did try hard, both of them, but then the movement around Coutinho and Sterling is not good enough. Even Balotelli, his movement is not good enough. But also, it must be said that the system doesn't suit him once again. I don't know how many times I will repeat this. The system doesn't suit either Balotelli, Borini or Lambert. And what does that tell you about the negative mentality? We were only 1 goal down today. We still had 10 minutes left to at least equalize, at least scrape a draw. Why Take off Balotelli. There was nothing to lose, seriously. Keep Balotelli on the field and put Lambert, Borini, all the three of them. You take off Balotelli. You put Borini when there's only 20 minutes left. And what can be said about the game against Real Madrid also? We lost only 1-0, although it must be said that Simon Mignolet had to make numerous saves and Cristiano Ronaldo did miss some good chances also. But Liverpool, I think, I don't even know if they had 1 or 2 shots, 2 attempts on goal against Real Madrid. The same can be said today against Chelsea. So during these days, you know, only 1 goal is enough to beat Liverpool. And that's not only Real Madrid, Chelsea, or any team. All the teams know that if you score only 1 goal, it will be enough. That's enough. Seriously, I'm telling you guys. Terribly frustrating. So like I was saying, Coutinho didn't play bad today. Wasn't quite good enough, but at least he gave it a try. So did Raheem Sterling. Balotelli worked hard, but he will never score. Glenn Johnson, I don't know why Glenn Johnson still plays ahead of Manquillo. I simply doesn't understand why. I get it that Dejan Lovren cost £20 million, but how many goals and how many... Dejan Lovren, not good enough, not good at all, guys. I'm sorry. Let me know your thoughts about Dejan Lovren. He's simply not good enough. I don't care if he costs even £100 million. He's absolute rubbish, Dejan Lovren. And Glenn Johnson also. It's the same old story again and again. The same mistake again and again. And seriously, I'm telling you, I think if Daniel Sturridge was injured for the whole season, we have a good chance of being relegated. I'm telling you. That's not an overreaction because the team cannot score. We cannot score goals. Steven Gerrard doesn't bring anything to the club in this holding midfield role. We end up just passing to no creativity, trying a little bit with Coutinho, dribbling into blind alleys, no good movement around Coutinho or Sterling. Steven Gerrard with some diagonal balls here and there, aimless diagonal balls. Glenn Johnson losing the ball, exposing the defense with some counter-attacks. It's like almost a carbon copy of every game. Every game is a carbon copy of the same mistakes again and again. Now, 2 weeks of international break. I'm telling you guys, Brendan Rodgers really needs a long and hard thought on himself, first of all. Really. He needs to look into the mirror and have a big long thought about himself. How can you be so stubborn? I get it, you can make mistakes, but you need to learn from your mistakes. You need to change when it's time to change, you change. Very, very frustrating and very worrying now, guys, I'm telling you. Obviously, the title was long gone, the title challenge. Top 4 it's not impossible, but I'm more worried about the state of affairs right now, considering towards the bottom of the Premier League table. If things don't change, and you know what? It won't surprise me one bit if when Daniel Sturridge comes back, he plays Sturridge up front on his own. And just try to remember the very first game against Southampton, when Daniel Sturridge was playing up front on his own. He was struggling also. The game changed when Ricky Lambert came in the last 15 minutes, I think. Alright guys, I'll leave you there, leave your comments, let me know what you think about the manager, Brendan Rodgers, the tactics, the players. And please like and subscribe, please comment also, as ever. Take care guys, bye.